So why did this ace detective, as he calls himself, want to kill Kane Bullard when he was trying to fake being masked a mask? Let's see if he gives us a clue.
I, look at me, had no point of contact with the victim whatsoever. Kane Bullard decided to investigate Mask to Mask and simply mistook who he was.
Really?
It was Mr. Bullard who wrote this blackmail letter and sent it to Ron DeLite. And it was again Mr. Bullard who harbored a grudge against Mr. DeLite for his betrayal. Mr. Bullard's mistake is quite excusable. The defendant truly believes he is Mask to Mask. That is why Mr. DeLite saw it fit to kill Kane Bullard. Truly a tragedy.
Ah, so you're finding a way to blame him for it instead. So the victim Kane Bullard blackmailed the defendant?
This is the blackmail letter found in the defendant's apartment. A handwriting test confirms that Mr. Bullard was indeed the one who wrote the letter.
Really? What? Oh, so he did write it. Huh. Very well, Mr. Wright, begin your cross-examination. And yet, Ron was getting blackmail letters long before then. Okay. Well, let's figure this out together, everybody. So anyway, welcome back, everybody, to more Let's Play Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. This is your host, the MJ406, and we're trying to get Luke Atme tried for murder, finally. And who in the world is going to prove that?
I will.
What?
After doing a thorough background check of Detective Atme and Kane Bullard, we were unable to find any links between them. It's all in the report.
Perhaps they were connected through their work? They were both involved in security.
Nope.
That was blunt.
In any case, the only one with a motive was Mr. DeLite.
Yeah, so he never had any connection with him whatsoever.
Hold it!
Simply mistook him for who he was, huh? Mistook?
That's right. Mistook, from the Old Norse mistaka, meaning to take an error.
That wasn't what I meant.
Just who did the victim mistake Mask to be? Why, the answer's obvious. Ron DeLite, of course.
Boy, I'd like to wipe that smug look off that guy's face. I mean, let's try.
Why would the victim mistake the defendant for Mask to Mask? Don't you already know that? Zvani! Take a look at this newspaper.
Okay.
Oh ho! That's the famous Tear of Abaddon! A magnificent jewel! That photo shows a magnificent detective as well, does it not? Furthermore, it also shows an ugly guard, namely the defendant.
The defendant?
The victim clearly misread this article and Zvani! He got the wrong impression. The impression that this ugly security guard was in fact Mask to Mask.
I see.
That was an unusually reasonable deduction.
He is an ace detective after all. God damn, I gotta stop saying that. Well, anyway, let's keep digging. Give me this blackmail letter right here. It says bring $50,000, and the handwriting is, without a doubt, the victim's.
There's no mistake. We have an official report to prove it.
But I don't see an addressee on the letter anywhere. An addressee?
This letter was discovered in Ron DeLite's apartment. Mr. DeLite did show up at the designated place and time. The fact that there is no addressee is irrelevant.
I wonder. What's up, Nick? I just had a thought. What if that blackmail letter wasn't meant for Mr. DeLite? Whoa! You have any evidence of that? For some reason, I just can't shake the feeling that there's something not quite right about this blackmail letter.
Well, everyone, are you quite satisfied?
Yeah. Harbored a grudge against Mr. DeLite, he said, for him. What do you mean by that?
Oh my, I was certain you were already aware. Zvani!
Gaming Securities loves security info on all sorts of companies. And since I'm a security team chief, I sold data for the company.
You knew about that? Huh.
Kane Bullard had to forgive young Mr. DeLite, which is why he sent him that letter upon mistakenly believing he was the thief.
Here's a file that we discovered at Mr. Bullard's office. Evidence that Mr. Bullard was receiving money through blackmail. However, is this a bit odd? Why did the defendant pay Mr. Bullard the money, even though he wasn't actually Mask to Mask?
On that point, there was an unfortunate bit of chance.
Chance, huh? The defendant truly believes he's Mask to Mask. Oh, that's what you're going with, huh? Do you really think that story is going to hold up? Really?
That is not merely my own, I'm afraid.
What do you mean?
I have here a memo from Ron DeLite's wife, Desiree DeLite.
Oh, there's some new info.
Ronnie thinks he's Mask to Mask. Don't you feel sorry for him? Please don't think too badly of him.
That is something she would say.
Ha! Well, Mr. Trite.
Oh, Was he trying to act like Miss DeLite just now?
I thought he was actually pretty convincing.
I guess I could have come up with that myself, but I forgot to do that. Oh, might have been good to saw that. Okay. Probably good I pressed that statement at least. Now that's just your imagination talking.
Come now, Sir Lawyer. I'm afraid imagination isn't the right word for it. This is a deduction, the result of carefully applied reasoning.
Can we hear that careful reasoning for ourselves?
It's a long story, and better saved for another time.
Very well, another time. Those so-called long stories aren't usually all that long. At least not in my experience.
So you're going to try to connect Detective Abney to Mr. Bullard, right?
Yeah, that's right. Hopefully it won't require surgery, either.
In that case, you'll have to talk about that blackmail.
That's true. Is that blackmail letter really intended for Ron?
Since we don't have enough information, you should press him for more testimony.
Maybe I'll be able to shake some contradictions loose that way. Yeah, maybe. I see. Yeah, he didn't know... Oh, wait a minute. He saw that article you supposedly, right? And who in the world is going to prove that? Oh, god damn it. Okay, yep. Nothing they had connected them together. Okay, never mind. Investigate mask to mask and mistook who he was. The Bullard who wrote the blackmail letter and sent it to Ron DeLite. Let me see. From Damask's second heist on, he was stealing as directed by blackmail letters. I don't know if that's right. Found on a table at the crime scene. Okay. This has all the prices for all the treasures stolen. About first heist, garden photo is Ron DeLite. Right. Then again. Okay. Let's see. I mean, not the disguise. Found Ron's wallet, not that. Ron's wallet itself, not that. Found in Ron DeLite's room, written by Bullard. If you don't want your true identity to be revealed to the world, come to KB Security at 1 a.m. on October 12th and bring $50,000. If you don't, I'll take that red diamond you received the other day instead.
Objection!
Ha ha ha! Thanks for that. Mind if I ask you a few questions, Detective Atme?
Well, if it's just a few, I guess it's all right.
When you said that this letter was addressed to Ron DeLite, I couldn't help but notice one major contradiction.
Contradiction? I don't know where walking contradiction like you gets off saying things like that.
You're one to talk.
At times like these, men are made to express themselves with their fists. Well, you show us what you've got there, Junior.
Indeed, time to man up, Mr. Wright. Show us the contradicting evidence in the content of the blackmail letter. Right. Let's see. Yeah. You don't want your true identity to be revealed. KB Security, 1 o'clock, October 12th, $50,000. Take the red diamond you received the other day. Yeah. About that. There's a tier of Emanon for 100,000. Is it the evidence list? Or the contradicting evidence. He's not that he is in fact mask to mask. It's found, okay. Ugh. I mean, it's not that. It's not the calling card. Not the security camera photo, because this is back talking about the connection here. My defense badge! Is it here, maybe? No. Don't know why I thought that. Okay. He's not holding anything special there, so it's not that. Hang on. Let me see this. The gem and the thief. There's mention of the blue gem, though. Fuck it. Let's try it.
Ha! A little 2-1 punch like that wouldn't even faze me.
How about you shut up for a second? I think you mean 1-2 punch. Mr. Wright, try thinking things through a little more before finding fault with others. Damn it. Ouch, I sure felt that punch, Your Honor. Anyway, let's try reading the blackmail letter one more time. There's got to be something off about it somewhere. Where will the witness please proceed with your testimony? God damn it. Really? Ah, son of a bitch. What evidence is there against that? Against the gem? Because... I can't think of it. It's about the first height, and this matches the blue gem. I don't think it's that. But... let me read this again. Okay. True identity revealed. Take the red diamond you received the other day. Is that one of the... I don't... So confused. Because Tear of Emanon was blue. Don't tell me it's the gem. Oh no. I don't know what to...
Objection!
I gotta have it now. I just don't know what it is. Okay. There's a contradiction that... Let's see. What's the contradicting evidence in the content of the blackmail letter? Is it this? Yes! Take a good look at this newspaper clipping. Okay, it was red, not blue. Got it. That was the contradiction. It contains a picture of the Tear of Emanon, the stolen jewel. What about it? The problem is this jewel's color. Color? I'm not much for discussing color myself. According to the clipping, the color of the stolen jewel was blue. However, in the blackmail letter, a totally different jewel is mentioned. I'll take that red diamond you received the other day. Red? Oh, right, because he never took a red jewel mask to mask, if that was Ron DeLite. Which means, the red diamond described in the blackmail letter is not the Tear of Emanon that Mask to Mask stole at all. Aha, okay, now I see the connection. And your point is, Mr. Trite, so you are trying to say that this blackmail letter was intended for someone else? That is what you're trying to say, right, Trite? That's what you're trying to say, right, Mr. Wright?
Well, that's what you're trying to say, right, Nick?
Yes. God, everybody. This is who Kate Bullard was actually blackmailing. The one who got a gem for retrieving a treasure. Naturally, it was you, Detective Atme. Do you have some sort of basis for that claim? You've been personally involved in every single mask-to-mask case. And in the last case, you recovered what was stolen and received a jewel as your reward. A jewel? Probably the one wrapped conspicuously around your finger. Ah, yeah, the red jewel is ring. That red diamond ring! That is the diamond referred to in the letter, which means that Kate Bullard wrote that letter in order to blackmail you! Ugh! That's right, he knew who you were, bitch! That's right! Order the court! Order, I say! Shut up. It seems you've gone too far in your childish pranks, Mr. Trite. Uh-oh. I don't like the way he said that. Kate Bullard blackmailing Luke Atme? Are you for real? Yes, I am.
Nick, come on, stand up to him!
Then answer me this. The blackmail letter contains the following passage. If you don't want your identity revealed to the world. Yes, it certainly does. All right, mask-to-mask thing. Kate Bullard threatened to make Luke Atme's identity public knowledge. An identity he wanted to keep a secret. So just what was that identity? Yeah. Atme killed Kate Bullard because he was afraid of his secret becoming known. What was the identity he wanted to keep secret?
This is what it all comes down to, Nick.
The identity that Luke Atme wanted to so desperately keep secret was his identity as... another blackmail, an ace detective. Yes, he don't want to be known as the ace detective, of course. But Luke Atme was a blackmailer. Yup. He was. Hey now, isn't that a little different from what you've been saying? You said that Kate Bullard was the one blackmailing Luke Atme. Are you saying that Atme was blackmailing someone else on top of that?
You have to admit, it does sound a little odd.
It's not odd. It's the only thing that makes any sense. Kate Bullard was blackmailing Luke Atme. But Ron DeLite was also being blackmailed by a certain someone. So, did you start receiving blackmail letters after this incident?
Yes, it's a few days after the Tear of Abaddon heist.
Yep.
After that, I started getting the plans in the mail. I see plans from some very kind person. Incredibly detailed plans.
Detailed plans? In which case, that would mean that Ron DeLite was actually mask to mask. That is what we are claiming. Someone else came up with the plans and had Mr. DeLite steal his targets for him. And that someone was none other than Luke Atme! Yeah, figure out the mind behind all the thefts.
Shh! Silence! I kill you. Hehehehe. Now I see. It's all becoming clear.
Well, what is?
When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Careless, with a tendency to jump to conclusions. Am I wrong?
How did you? Really?
You say that I, Luke Atme, was blackmailing Ron DeLite? In which case, I would actually know all about his relation to Mask to Mask.
Well, yes.
Ron DeLite started receiving plans from his second crime onward, correct? Which means I learned of his identity when he committed the first crime.
Good point. It's really good to blackmail him otherwise. And that's basically what he said. Atme was there.
In that case, let's see some hot, bitter evidence. During the first crime, how did Luke Atme know that Ron DeLite was masked to mask?
I mean, he was there. And he saw the costume. So, how else could he have known? Is that what I want to go with? Okay. Let me make sure it's not like something else, like a publicity photo or something. Which I don't see here. Alright, we'll go with the article. Hopefully that works. I think I see it.
See what?
When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Gets into lots of mischief trying to be the center of attention.
What do you mean?
Yup, this newspaper clipping. He showed up there to show he was there. There's a picture of you and Ron DeLite in his guard uniform. It seems that Mask didn't just appear into thin air. He just took off his outfit and hid it in a bucket. That sounds far too stupid to be true! Correct! With tricks like that, he couldn't fool a baby, let alone an ace detective. And that's when you figured it out, Mr. Atme. That's when you learned that under his mask, Mask was really Ron DeLite! What the? Was he supposed to be Mask? Not only that, it looks like he wasn't even an ace detective. I can't believe it. He was just a slimy fat blackmailer.
What a fraud! Trying to
Pass himself off as an ace detective.
Why you? How dare you expose me like that?
Damn right.
Why, I mean, I've never blackmailed anyone in my life. I'm a famous and proud ace detective and also Mask to Mask. Why can't you understand that?
Well, it's wrong. I'm afraid you are neither a proud thief nor an ace detective. You're a blackmailer and a murderer. That is your true identity.
Why you? How dare you even dare to apply that one to the smartest why not really do something instead of those big mouth lizards? You're rules, I say. None of you can command my genius. Really just yell, so good, so screaming. You come around anything. This is the great detective for the handle. Let me learn the words. I'm leaving away the It's enough to make one laugh.
Jesus Christ, relax a little. You definitely did it, dude. Like, come on. You wouldn't freak out otherwise. It would seem we finally arrived to the real answer. That was quite a performance by Mr. Atme. Yep. Bailiff, please prepare a cell for Mr. Atme. I mean, we didn't prove the murder yet, but he is freaking out like one. And thankfully, unfortunately, Mr. Godot is aware of that.
The hammer that strikes too fast has no time to aim.
What do you mean? I'm already prepared to deliver my ruling.
Allow me to say one thing. I will be the one to judge.
You don't get much more in your face than that.
It appears that your claws weren't quite sharp enough, Mr. Trite.
What do you?
It's true that you've proven a lot of things. Things like Luke Atme was a filthy blackmailer. And that he wasn't at Lordly Taylor that night of the murder.
That's right. That's why he's the one who killed Mr. Bull.
But...
Oh, right. A proof of that.
So one thing you have yet to prove.
What's that?
Just because he wasn't at the warehouse doesn't mean he was at the murder scene. Therefore, if you can't prove that this pitiful excuse for a man was at KB Security, then I don't see how a verdict can be delivered.
No way! Damn it, he caught on. He caught my bluff. Order the court. Well, Mr. Wright? This is it. This is the final round. I've got to prove that Atme was at Mr. Bullard's office on that night. But, can you really prove that?
That's long enough, Mr. Trite. I want to hear your answer.
That night, Luke Atme was at KB Security and the defense... I mean, he didn't leave anything behind at all, including a murder weapon or anything. No fingerprints, nothing. I can't prove it. Just as I thought. Son of a bitch. But if we hear more of Detective Atme's testimony...
Objection.
Oh, come on.
Unfortunately, that's as far as you go, Mr. Trite.
What do you mean?
I won't allow for any more testimony. That's what I mean.
What?
Have you forgotten? Luke Atme is here after we interrupted his own trial, and you have failed to prove that he committed the murder. I think it's time for this witness to return to his own trial and face his guilty verdict as mask to mask.
I see. No.
Well now, Sir Lawyer, it seems that love wins out in the end after all. I'm the ex-detective as well as mask to mask. My verdict will verify that. Just as Ron DeLite will verify that he is the true murderer. I declare that with the full force of my ace-detectiveness.
Son of a bitch. I can't believe this.
Order the court! That's enough deliberation over this witness!
I can't believe this. This rate Ron is. But don't give up now, Nick. We still have tomorrow. We can look for more evidence and... By then, it'll be too late. Huh? Well, why? Yeah, he'll be tried for mask to mask after if he gets away because...
Double jeopardy. One of the basic rules of any court of law.
Double jeopardy?
Should a defendant be tried and found innocent in court, that defendant cannot be tried again for the same crime. This is a fundamental rule of all courts.
Yeah, funny thing about that.
It applies to this witness as much as it applies to everyone else. Anyone else. Mr. Atme will be found guilty in a matter of minutes. Guilty as mask to mask, which means he will be innocent as far as the murder of Kate Bullard is concerned.
No way! That's so stupid! Yeah, I know.
The fact that you were unable to prove Mr. Atme's guilt of that crime here means that he will never again be tried as Kate Bullard's murderer.
Ugh. Ah! Son of a bitch! Where's the proof when I need it? Now there's nothing I could possibly do to win. Even if Ron is proclaimed me innocent, the real killer, Luke Atme, will go free.
You have cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today. And as long as there is no more testimony, I'm afraid I am to declare that there will be no further questioning of this witness. Are there any objections?
Oh, I got nothing to go on. And they're proudly looking at my defeat.
Then I hereby end the cross-examination of Luke Atme!
Objection!
Hang on! Look at me! I think I see it. Your Honor, when you were a child, this is what was on your report card every year. Has poor hearing and often makes mistakes as a result.
How did you?
Phoenix, raise your head up high. Have you forgotten what I used to tell you? A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. Right! That voice! No way! Mia has returned! Long time no see, Phoenix.
Mia!
Yep. This is the true power of the Karine channeling technique. I guess this is the first time it's being showed off in this game. I know that's really Maya who's standing before me, but right now she's my mentor, Mia Fey. Of course. Now, let's do this. But there's nothing more we can do, Mia! Without any more testimony, I can't cross-examine! Not yet. The testimony's not over yet. What do you mean? Your Honor, just now you said something very interesting. You've cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today.
Yes, that's true, but...
Unfortunately, Your Honor, you're forgetting something. Earlier after the last cross-examination, the witness made a number of remarks.
Oh, right, his outburst, right!
I forgot about that.
Well now, Sir Lawyer, it seems that love wins out in the end after all. I'm the detective as well as back to mask. My verdict will verify that. Just as Ron DeLite will verify that he is the true murderer. I declare that with the full force of my ace-detectiveness.
Yep, he said all that stuff.
Yes, but these comments appear to have no importance whatsoever.
Very well. And we shall prove their importance via cross-examination. At any rate, as long as the witness has made these remarks, we, the defense, assert our right to question them. Is that all right with you, prosecutor?
There's something the matter, Mr. Gateau.
He's speechless?
Nothing.
Oh, Sir Lawyer, looks like you're one step too late.
You think such falsehoods would do anything to me? Look at... Let's hear it. Huh?
It's true that the witness made some remarks. So then, let's hear this last bit of cross-examination.
Mr. Godot, what are you...
Very well then, Mr. Luke Atme, I'm going to allow the defense to cross-examine you your earlier remarks.
The defense would like to hear why you declare the defendant to be the true murderer.
So please, give us one last bit of testimony.
Phoenix, this is it. This is our absolute last chance. Yes, Chief.
All right, so here we go. The last testimony to see if we can confirm that he was at the scene.
Indeed, it is true that I was not Anthony Taylor. I had to leave to see about another vitally important job request. I had known about the dates beforehand, so I had this photograph ready. My brilliant deduction was what informed me that the true culprit was Ron DeLite. Thanks to the key card and wallet, it was abundantly clear that he was there. I was also able to make a deduction for the buzzer, which only sounded once. The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? The victim would have left prints if he sounded it, which means the killer sounded it. Mr. DeLite was wearing his mask outfit, which is why he left no prints. And the blackmail letter? The victim likely just mistook the color of the jewel. His money! Therefore, all the evidence points to that poor boy.
Huh. Interesting, one of those things you said there. The testimony actually seems to hold up pretty well. The witness's earlier remarks do not appear to have been hastily prepared. All his points have been explained, and none of them seem to contradict anything.
But of course.
But, how did you know about the emergency buzzer?
The police investigation documents went directly through me. And I always look over all the documents. It's elementary, sir lawyer.
Are you going to make even more trouble for us now, sir lawyer? I will not allow any of your usual shenanigans, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. We cannot postpone Luke Atme's trial any longer. This is your last chance. Hang on a sec. Just one chance?
Huh. Seems that the party's about to begin.
Well, Phoenix,
There isn't any evidence in contradiction to that testimony.
so it would seem.
But what do you mean, so it would seem?
Listen, Phoenix, pointing out contradictions doesn't always mean you have to present evidence, does it? At any rate, this is our last chance. If you can't point out a case-breaking contradiction, you lose. That's all there is to it.
Shit. Yeah, guess what? Instant death scenario here, as we call it.
Cup number 17, the last cup. Seems like the time has come to put an end to this trial.
I have to find a fatal contradiction to this testimony, and I need to point it out without presenting evidence. Which means all you do is find the contradictory remark and press it.
Remember, you only get one chance.
Yup. Very well, Mr. Wright. Please begin your final cross-examination. Here's a good instant death scenario on this one. One last testimony, the line remarks. Evidence will get you the win here. You gotta figure out which statement of these points out a contradiction for what we know that he knows, and proving that he was not at the crime scene at all. There are 11 statements to look at. With this cross-examination, the only chance I have to nail them. Somewhere there's a huge contradiction, I've got to find it.
As far as I can see, there is no evidence that contradicts his testimony. All you do is press him, and you only get one shot.
So you gotta find whatever statement is there that contradicts knowledge that he may have regarding the incident, to prove that he could only know by being at the scene. For example, note something. Pretty much nobody knew before this trial that the masked mask outfit was being worn by Ron DeLite when he went there. And Luke Atme was at another trial, unable to learn this information. Because of that, this is the statement. Get this wrong, you lose, and have to start the trial again, or wherever your save point is. Mr. Atme, about this last remark, and this is what would happen if you got it wrong, except for the ending part.
You still don't get it, do you, Trite? This isn't the time to be pressing the witness on every little statement.
If you get the right statement, you get this. I'm afraid you're the one who still doesn't get it, Mr. Godot.
What?
Mr. Atme, it seems you finally admitted that you were in the CEO's office on the night of the murder.
How can you say that?
Let's review your testimony, shall we, Mr. Atme? The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? Mr. DeLite was wearing his mask-to-mask outfit. Is that correct?
Indeed! That's what they said! My deductions are absolutely foolproof!
Yeah, about that. Well, your deductions prove that you're a fool.
I'm sorry. What would you mean? For some reason, I'm starting to get really thirsty.
When exactly did we learn that fact that Ron DeLite was dressed as Master Mask when he went to the scene of the crime?
But that was, it was just a few hours ago. Back when my sixth cup was looking at me with a cold stare.
Yep. Huh? Oh, did I forget to mention it before? I'm sorry, I just never had a chance to mention it up till now. Yep, only he would have had that information if he was the one who committed the murder. That's right. The defendant had yet to tell anyone else this fact before this morning. Therefore, the only people who should know this are those who have been watching this trial. Do you understand now, Detective Atme? There's no way that you should have known about that. Yep, you outed yourself to being there at the time. You were in the next courtroom being tried as Mask to Mask. So enlighten us. Just how do you know about that piece of information?
Well,
Objection.
Can't think of anything else, huh?
Come on! This detective must have known about it. He probably had plenty of chances to find out beforehand.
What do you mean by that? And it's those chances that I want to discuss next. That night, Mr. DeLite was wearing his Mask to Mask outfit. There is one and only one way for Detective Atme to have found that out.
Only one? What way, you say?
Please recall, if you will, Mr. DeLite's testimony. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. Yep. For a second, my client witnessed the real killer.
Objection.
That's right.
But Mr. DeLite never saw his attacker, so there's no way to tell whether or not the real killer was Luke Atme.
Unless he was there and noticed that it was him in a costume. It's with that statement that I'll turn this case on its head.
Just what are you implying?
Mr. DeLite saw the real killer, correct? Now, if you turn that statement around, it stands to reason the real killer had also seen Ron DeLite.
Impossible.
Yep. And because of that, it had to be Luke Atme at the scene. Detective Atme, you saw Mask to Mask at the murder scene that night. You saw when you killed Kate Bullard and assaulted Ron DeLite. That was the only way you could have known what Ron was wearing. Oh boy, what did I do? Did I start an earthquake? Or are you getting angry, Godot? I can't. Oh, it's him. Here we go again. Oh! Take a good look, everyone! Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself! Here I am, the tragic clown!
That's the same line you gave yesterday.
Yeah, it was, but I think there's a little more meaning behind it this time. He sees me as the rival. And there we go. See, he tried to do the counter alibi thing, just like Ron wanted to.
What an awfully complicated incident. Kate Bullard was blackmailing Luke Atme, who was in turn blackmailing Ron DeLite. And upon killing his blackmailer, Luke Atme tried to frame Ron DeLite. He then claimed to be guilty as Mask to Mask in order to escape his true crime. And to that end, he came up with this plan. To use the double jeopardy rule when making his alibi. At any rate, it would seem we finally found the truth.
Excuse me.
I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man. Besmirching him with the title of murderer.
Don't ignore me!
Oh yeah, you're still here. Oh, I didn't realize you were there.
Why wouldn't he be? About the verdict.
I know. You never committed any murder.
That's right, I'm so glad you understand that, but I really am Mask to Mask!
Huh?
So, thanks to the trial yesterday, I'm innocent now, right?
Oh my god. He's right.
Well, as you said, double jeopardy?
Now you mention it.
I've been careless.
Careless? What do you think, Mia?
As the defendant says, the rule of double jeopardy is absolute. A defendant can never be tried twice for a crime in which he was once found innocent.
Then, Mask to Mask is really innocent?
It would seem so. For now.
For now? Uh-oh. Now then, this court finds the defendant not guilty again! Wow, I've been claiming not guilty twice! Dude, get a better life. Stop trying to be a thief.
Boy, this is really lucky. Wait, this ain't so good after all. You see, the thing is, I still have Mask to Mask.
So now they just can't actually have the physical proof that he's Mask to Mask. That's pretty funny, actually. Huh.
Neat. You did it, Phoenix.
Thanks, Mia. It's been a long time, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's because Maya doesn't call me much these days.
Oh?
I'm just joking, Phoenix. Don't take everything so seriously. But on the other hand, Maya, she seems kind of torn these days.
You mean about becoming the master of the Karine channeling school?
Becoming the master means saying goodbye to our mother.
Misty Faye, right?
Watch over her, will you, Phoenix?
Of course.
Well then, see you around.
Bye, Mia? Okay, Mia.
But Mr. Wright, I don't know what to say.
Congratulations, Mr. DeLite.
Thank you so much. No, wait. Nothing really matters anymore, though. Now that all of this is... Come on, just be happy already.
Maya, jeez, you walk fast.
You've been cleared of the murder charges that got off as mask to boot. But in exchange, I lost everything. Huh? What do you mean? Stealing security information from KB Security, becoming mask to mask. I did it all for one reason. For her.
You mean your wife, Desiree?
She hates criminals more than anything.
Come to think of it, she was once held hostage by some robbers, wasn't she?
She always said how she hates sneaky criminals. I knew that, but once I got fired from KB Security and lost all the money I had, she wouldn't have any reason to stay with me. I thought she would leave me for sure.
So that's why you became mask to mask.
Yes, but it's all over now. Broken Bowl can never be put back together. That's not true, right, Nick?
Right.
Really? We go back to the way things were? You'll be fine, and Nick can prove it.
I can? I kind of wish you would check with me first. Mr. DeLite, even if a bowl is broken, there's always a way to put it back together. Yeah, funny thing about that. That treasure was supposed to be stolen. Later we got to finally see it fixed after being broken for so long.
The sacred urn? Desi was the one who found this.
Desiree, your wife. She's always believed in you, Ron. That's why you'll be fine. You don't have to worry about anything.
Ah, there you are.
Miss DeLite!
You did it, Ronnie. You're innocent. I'm so happy. Thank you. I appreciate that. But, I suppose you don't want anything more to do with me, do you? Ronnie, why didn't you talk to me about what was going on? I had no idea you quit KB Security. I didn't imagine that you were really mask to mask either. Miss DeLite, what are you going to do now that you know? You're not going to really leave him, are you? Come on, it's obvious, isn't it? How could I ever let a wonderful man like him get away? After all, my bike's really fast, so as there's no way he can ever get away.
But didn't you say you hated criminals?
Huh? Oh, I only hate people that act all cowardly and sneaky, like that detective.
I see.
Why don't he went and declared his crimes before he committed them like a man? I just love a man who's so chivalrous. Chivalrous? I knew I was right about you. Every day I spend with you is filled with thrills and excitement. Desi!
Desiree, you really do love Ron, don't you?
Nicky boy.
Yes?
I'm really glad I asked you to defend my Ronnie. Thank you so much. I'll never forget what you've done for us.
Oh, well, take care of yourself.
You too, Nicky boy.
Uh-oh. I can feel my face going red. No, what's happening?
Mr. Nick, Mr. Maya, congratulations!
There it is. Uh-oh, talk about bad timing.
Mr. Nick, how could you with another man's wife in front of Mr. Maya?
No, you've got it all wrong.
I'll never forgive you, never, ever!
Ow, god damn it. Why? Oh, so just as the case came to a close, so too did my consciousness. She slapped me, nearly to death. Ron said a broken bowl can never be put back together, but I know that's not true. I mean, just look. Yeah, here's a perfect example of one that was put back together, even better than before. Oh, there are still some mild cracks in it, but yeah, at least the vase was finally fixed. The urn, I mean, despite being shattered again by Adrian Andrews. But hey, at least we got it done, right? Whew. And there we go. That's the end of that turnabout. A theft, a case of grand larceny turned into a murder. Because of, well, somebody trying to get out of blackmailing after getting blackmailed by a snobby CEO. Or, not snobby. He's an asshole. But yeah, we helped protect the thief from being called a murderer. And that was enough.
But with that, we finally got through the case. I got introduced to Prosecutor Godot, a mysterious man who seems to have a bit of a grudge towards Phoenix Wright for some reason. Yeah, interesting. Anyway, come back next time for, well, the third case of every single one of these games is usually the worst trial, or the worst episode, and well, this is also the case for this game. Like, at least the freaking circus trial, it was fun. This one, ugh. I could argue this might be my least favorite case of the entire trilogy. Then again, it's a complete filler case that doesn't advance towards anything whatsoever. Well, there's one detail in it, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of this case, but well, gotta get through that before we get through the rest of them. So see you next time when we get started on a recipe for turnabout. Ooh, are we cooking up a murder now? Ooh, we're poisoning somebody with food. Oh, that sounds wonderful.